In this video, we're going to cover the second most important topic in open source contribution, that what it's mean by contribute. If you are a new open source contribution, the process can be really intimidating. How do you find the right project? What if you don't know how to code? What if something goes wrong? So you have a lot of these questions in your head when you try to think about the open source contributions. But don't worry, in this video I'll clear all of your doubt. So there are a lot of ways you can involve into an open source project. The most common misconception that when you have to contribute into an open source project, you have to write code, but that is not right. You can contribute into a project in multiple ways without even writing a single piece of code. So let's start with the first one, that what is the first way you can involve into a project. Do you like planning? Then you can organize workshop meetups about the project. So you can find the similar people who are interested and you can organize an event about the particular project or library or open source. You can organize the project conference. You can help community member find the right conference and submit a proposal to speak. So you can perform all of these three tasks if you like planning. The second one we have, that do you like to design? If yes, then you can restructure the layout to improve the project usability. Right now you can see we have a lot of project, different architecture, different structure. You can, if you find out that there is something improvement you can add, you can restructure that. You can design the menu or navigation process in the project. You can design an infographic where you can highlight that how the project exactly behave. You can create art for t-shirts or a new logo of that particular project. You can do all of this thing if you like designing. And the third way you can contribute, that if you like to write, so you can write about the project. You can write to improve the project documentations. You can contribute in the functions. Create a folder example showing how the project is used. You can start with a newsletter and start letting all the user know about the project, that what are the benefits they will get. You can write tutorials. You can write blog posts. You can transcribe the entire project documentation in multiple language. So you can do all of the things if you really like to write. And the fourth one we have is that do you like organizing? So if you find there is something over and over repeating, you can simply try to give the proposal that this is the function which is getting repeated, so you can reorganize that. Go to the open issue and suggest closing old one. So if you find that if anybody is asking questions and the question is not resolved, you can respond to that. If you like to code, then definitely you can find a open issue in the tackle. So for example, that right now if you go to the library, there is a forum, and in that users are asking question about the issue which they are having in the project. So you can go through those all the error and you can try to ping and help them out. Ask if you can help write a new feature, automate project setup, improve tooling and testing. That's all you can perform if you really like to code and be a contributor as a coder. You can also help people. Like a lot of people ask about the Stack Overflow questions in the Stack Overflow forums, Discord channel, project channel. So you can simply go there and you can respond to their questions and try to help them in the project. So that's another way to contribute in the project. And later you can simply give that proposal in the main contributor list, where you can highlight all the problem you have solved in the open forum, and they will add you in their contributor list. Like, do you like to help other code? You can also review code on other people's submissions. So when someone will submit the code for the review as a contribution, you can simply review that. Write tutorial for how a project can be used. Often a mentor or contributor. So become any one of that. You can become a contributor. You can become a mentor to the user. That's how you can help other in the community. You don't just have to work on a software project. Like while open source project often refer to a software, you can collaborate on just about anything. Like there are books, recipe list and classes that can develop as an open source project. Like if you take the examples, we have multiple examples like that. Like if you talk about the awesome list, if you talk about the like HP, BP. So these are the couple of important things which you have to keep in mind, that there is a lot of things you can do in an open source contribution. You can organize, you can write code, you can help other, you can help other in review the code, you can just organize the designing, architectures, write documentation, organize event. There is tons of things which you can do in an open source contribution besides coding. Idea you have, so that's the misconception you have to remove from your mind, that that if you really want to contribute, you have to contribute something big in the project, you have to write code, add new feature. That's not absolutely true. You can simply be a part of any one of these thing and you can be a contributor in the project. Hope this particular question got clear to all of you guys, that what means to be contribution. When it's come to open source contribution, it doesn't mean that you have to write code. You can contribute in multiple way. You can review, planning, designing, write, tons of other work you have which you can do it. So go to the open source project and have a look at what are the things they have in the project, and then take an idea from there. So that's the only thing I want to cover about this particular topic. With that, let's put the next topic.